Hey everyone, welcome back. I've got some interesting news for you today. So it seems with the advent of the mainline, some updates went through on the back end for damage resistant calculations. Recently, DE updated shock absorbers, as seen in the forum post. GazTTV covered this mod earlier today, mentioning how it can stack with adaptation to make you completely immune to certain attacks, so long as they are a pure IPS single type. The most prominent example he gave were Grenier Butchers. On the other hand, with changes to interactions like this, maybe something else is afoot. Well, there is more to it than that. One of my fellow hunters mentioned to me recently that something weird seems to be happening with adaptation and the Umbral set bonus in Eidolons now. This is a recent development, mind you, and it was not like this before. There are also exceptions to the rule on how it works, so I doubt it's intended to work like this, but I do find this information will be useful to you. It will also help you a lot in your Eidolon hunts, be it solo or in squad. Now I'm in my arsenal, I have my Atlas Prime, and you may be wondering, what are you doing with Atlas? You never use Atlas, or maybe even, why does your Atlas look so ugly? Why is he not fashioned? Well, this was to prove a point, and to do this test all in one cut. So look here. I have a rank 1 Atlas. The only reason he isn't rank 0 is because I just tested this earlier. He has 0 Forma, and as we can see, no potato on him either. So no hidden shenanigans going on here. Now, two mods that have always been a staple of any min-max builds since the release are the Umbral mods. Depending on the build, you would either run Umbral Vitality and Intensify, or Umbral Fiber with Umbral Vitality, or in rare cases all three, but this was pretty rare. But today we only need two. Now look at the set bonus on these mods. They give you a Tau resist when equipped. These used to interact multiplicatively with other forms of damage reduction. So now we will take a look at adaptation. Another staple mod that has existed ever since arbitrations came out. This mod gives you a 90% resist to any element adapting based on the highest element or IPS weight of the incoming damage source. This means for certain attacks you won't resist as much damage, whereas for pure type attacks you get the full benefit. Now what's convenient is that Eidolon attacks are purely elemental, save for the Hydralisk lightning attacks being electric, everything else is Tau element and Tau only. This even includes the Gantulyst laser beams. So let's throw this build together. I'm just gonna slap on Steel Charge as well to get even more capacity. Oops, I got a capacity problem there. I'll just run the rank 5 Umbral Vitality instead. Great! Now we have 3 mods total on the build. I'm also going to throw on an Arcane Nullifier so that you can actually see what's going on my HUD and not have it be completely scrambled by magnetic procs. And that's all we need. Our build is fully ready to go right here, so now all that's left to do is to test it. I'm going to load up planes, and you can reset the size of Vigil's quest as you can see I have it here, and permanently leave it on the last step, so you can always have a tier list to test on if need be, even during the day. Just make sure to never complete the objective and to abort once you are done testing. That way the quest will always stay there and ready to go whenever you want it. I'm not sure how many people knew about that before previously, but well, now you know. Alright, so now let's deal with the tier list. I'm gonna head on over to here since he always spawns here at the quest every single time. I do have to wait for him to spawn fully, as you cannot damage the Terrorlist shields at the start until it's fully out of the water. I know the Gantulysts and Hydralists are not like this, but the Terrorlist is. The best way in a casual run is to do it like how I'm doing here. You go on the Inaru school and you take a Clamora Prism with the Inaruist Focus School. This way you don't need to burn any energy pads, and using this angle from beneath shooting up into the core of the body. Alright, now he's finally out, let's deal with his shield. You get the most amount of hitboxes in letting you take down the shield insanely fast. So now let's take out this limb. My friend told me if you have a max 90% adaptation stack with 2 Umbrals, you will now be completely immune to all Eidolon damage, except Hydralisk Lightning. So let's find out. And there we go, complete damage immunity. Now keep in mind this test is only for damage immunity and not status immunity. You will still eat a magnetic proc if you don't have status removal or immunity on, such as nullifiers. There is a caveat to this though. I was also told that this only applies while you're on the ground. If you're in the air and do this, you won't actually have 100% immunity, and you will take damage from the wave like normal. So let's test on the Battalysts again, and this time we're gonna jump. Once again, I'm taking out a shield, and then now I pull out my Rubico. After the Eidolon teleports once, he's no longer invincible, and you can't take out the shield while he's spawning. However, you will have to wait for the shoreline to break the limb. Okay, now we're ready to break the limb, so let's do it. Now remember, you do have to be 90% tower resist for this to work, but you can easily reach that by sliding on the bloods, or prolonging the fight until you get hit enough times. This time I'm gonna jump up and aim glide at the top of the jump. And, well, there you have it. So you do take damage. Lesson learned, if you want the 100% immunity, make sure you stay grounded. Now I don't exactly know why it's working like this. It's most likely a bug, and DE may or may not fix it later at some point, but in the meantime, enjoy it while it lasts. The most extreme example for this, excuse the jump cut, will be the Eidolon stomps as well as the Gantulyst Lasers. You can now be 100% immune to them so long as you have both adaptation and 2 umbrals equipped. So what will you do with this information, I ask? I don't know. All I know is the damage immunity is probably super handy for learning hunters and casual runners looking for ways to improve their survivability. Of course, lures can still die, so that's a thing in solo runs. But hey, at least you don't need to worry about yourself anymore, right? Anyways, that's all I want to show you today. Hopefully you can make good use of it. If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like, or better yet, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 75.8% of you are not subscribed. I'm trying my best to get you new information out about Warframe ASAP, such as the Tempestarii mainline and any new builds, tips, and or tricks I can think of just like this one. You don't want to miss out on that. That'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.